The Diary of a Certified Psychopath, the 24th of August, 2021. Lumpy, coastal, gusted. Weather. The odd fluffy cloud hovering in a mostly clear horizon, the same nibbling northerly of yesterday, according to our deeply learned digital weather prophet, and at least a 5-degree sag in temperature. No doubt the air felt replete with a pernicious chill that would only become uncomfortably apparent once up to speed, making at least one additional layer well advised. In this case, a practical cotton solution, as opposed to some supposedly revolutionary newfangled cutting-edge fabric costing £100 per square millimetre, equipped with magical moisture-wicking properties that in truth only succeed in entrapping all biologically excreted fluids that cling indefinitely to your skin and permanently freeze your muscles within 10 minutes. Historically and forever after, a frigid north wind of any kind has and shall continue to mean one thing: stick to the coast. A compulsion to which I have grown accustomed throughout over 2 decades worth of crazy commutes to catch buses, before I had either the equipment or fitness to journey the full distance to my then workplace, along with many hundreds, even thousands of nocturnal winter base miles, an ambiguous training term which neither runners, cyclists, nor indeed athletes of any similar discipline appear able to objectively define. Today, with a reasonable and partially task-filled time frame at my disposal, I thought I'd aim for somewhere in between. Peacehaven. All aboard the magic carpet with last week's 5 Live film review in left ear, and away we do sail. North-northeast rapidly evolved into east-northeast, and several uncooperative sets of traffic lights prompted me, wrongly, to hop a curb or two through Brighton. But you see, officer, I had to test my steed's suspension was in ship shape. Arbitrary tip, which I came to know far too late. Should you see a set of red lights ahead at the bottom of a hill, especially if the latter is immediately followed by an ascent, which is frequently the case, subtly apply the brakes until they change green. This both avoids a standing start and preserves as much energy and momentum as possible for the subsequent climb. The section of road linking Rottingdean to Peacehaven inspired the title for this ride, and I shall be sure to divulge further details at a later date. For now, suffice to say that it afforded the chance for some lead-legged intervals, hampered further, and severely so, by blowy right hooks that were beginning to verge upon the vicious, though on the plus side, were bereft of the cold sting that had been forecast. Peacehaven greeted me with a sunny smile, and laughed heartily when it observed my rucksack's essentials compartment had been left unzipped since setting off. Mobile, multi-tool, spare tube, pump and tyre levers were all still in attendance. Thank you kindly, good fortune. The aforementioned village is perched atop the Telscomb cliffs and was founded in the early 1900s during World War I. It could be claimed that both its moniker and atmosphere are ironically at odds with the baptism of fire it received, except for when the winter tempests roll in. A spacious public park, christened the Dell, extended its grassy banks right to the cliff's edge, and provided the opportunity for 3 memorable snaps, as well as to establish how my plush niner felt on a third surface, the answer being as smooth as on a putting green. Made the most of a still boisterous northeasterly, along with steadily improving coastal Cychopath, until well past the Palace Pier, where my 2 parcels were duly deposited and other obligations fulfilled. Finding myself opposite a Starbucks in the heart of Hove, a veritable mecca for seasoned coffee connoisseurs, and electing to furnish the franchise with my custom would have been tantamount to— actually I quite like it. But anyway, that was why the establishment pictured, combined with a sweet treat and a single shot for the bitter, proved both a fitting and heavenly salvation. 25th of August, 2021. Conditions clear, but for a scattering of cirrus clouds, and our soon-to-be resident fresh northeasterly, blowing astern 10 miles an hour, hastily rousing resting flags as per the Beaufort scale, with somewhat less tangible evidence of yesterday's relenting temperatures. Having no revolutionary wind-blocking weave in my wardrobe, another close-to-coast canter seemed to present the least risk of prolonged ambient discomfort. Backpack equipped, equipment verified, errand list authenticated, and, most crucially, in light of not wanting to flirt with fate after yesterday's stroke of good fortune, essentials compartment tightly zipped. Aboard the magic carpet, and off we do glide. Having pottered east to Peacehaven on my last outing, and being unfamiliar with Sussex's seafront resorts any further than west of Goring, I decided to compromise with a mid-distance sloop, incorporating the latter extremity, and smuggle in Operation Green Caffeine, so long as a particularly task-laden schedule and energy reserves permitted. Shook my head in smug disapproval at the colossal tailback when departing Shoreham, caused by sheer weight of traffic and not an accident, so no guilty remorse there, and hammered my way into our fiend from the north, up to Henfield, whose high street inclines heavily downwards towards the west, and always feels immensely satisfying to descend during off-peak hours. Shortly afterwards, my drinks bottle suffered a nasty fall when attempting to return to its holder, and was almost crushed by a speeding cement mixer, a tractor, and an Ocado delivery van. I kept a calm, cool head, slowed down, dismounted, and returned it to its rightful place, bearing 1 or 2 extra scuffs. Made it to Partridge Green, but with the bullish breeze having impeded my journey, and deadline-attributed chores close to home drawing near, there was no chance to explore beyond the High Street, which harboured both a co-op, what High Street in the known universe doesn't, and what appeared to be a highly respectable bakery, photo enclosed for future reference. The lateness of the hour and a lack of pace also put paid to any hope of my reaching Goring in a timely fashion. Thus, from the tranquil village named after, according to Wikipedia, a medium-sized non-migratory bird, it was the long drag to Stenning through a deserted Ashurst, where a sign barked out details of a dog show on the 5th of next month, so better book quick. A section of surface dressing in progress meant a tediously long wait at a temporary traffic light. That would be a red-green lollipop man, followed by a standing start up a short but unpleasantly spiky slope just prior to Stenning bypass, which served as an equally sharp reminder of 2 very soft legs. Old faithful Coombs Lane to the coast, overtaking 2 e-bikers along the way, double points there, followed by a spate of meandering to round up the requisite daily mileage, and a much welcome refuel at my hometown's Real Patisserie, supplies of chocolate and almond croissants of a truly unreal delight.